So that was Alexander Afenyo-Markin, who has taken over the leadership baton from Osei Mensah Bonsu as majority leader. Earlier, Osei Mensah Bonsu officially announced to the House of his official resignation as the majority leader of Parliament, handing over to Alexander Afenyo-Markin. He admitted that usually these kinds of reshuffle bring about rancors, but he says it shouldn't be so. And he thanked his colleagues for all the support they've given him over the period, also asking his colleagues from the NPP side to give the same support to the new crop of leadership of the majority. Alexander Afenyo-Markin on his path has also been rallying support of his colleagues to be able to continue from where Osei Mensah Bonsu left. Earlier, you heard the Speaker of Parliament, who also congratulated Osei Mensah Bonsu for all the work he's done over the period, and also encouraged him and said that was a bold step he took, and he really did the needful by actually officially coming to announce his resignation to the House after all the confusion that was out there. You had the minority leader, Dr. Kasiela Tofosin, also speaking about this reshuffle. He said that Osei Mensah Bonsu has been a gem over the period. He's also expecting Afenyo-Markin to bring the same fire on board, and he's also registered his willingness to work with the new crop of leadership. I've been joined by Kweku Asante, who is Parliamentary Affairs correspondent, who's been monitoring this from day one since we heard that rumor. Kweku Asante, today the majority leader himself has officially communicated to the House his resignation as majority leader. How have his colleagues been responding and reacting to this?
Well, Aisha, earlier on this morning, there was a news conference. One of the members of Parliament of the governing New Patriotic Party spoke to us exclusively and gave us an inkling of what was to come. And so all this, we have been able to, know that these were the issues that were going to come up. In fact, this was the first time that an insider was talking about Osei Mensah being removed, although publicly everyone had talked about a resignation. Of course, we understand that this was all done to ensure that the cracks will be papered over so that it will not affect the course of the New Patriotic Party. It's been a little emotional. Osei Mensah Bonsu came in today, sat on his chair, he's not chair as majority leader, and when he delivered his exit address, then ushered in Alexander Afenyo-Markin to now sit in that black chair as you see in your shot. And so for the first time in this parliament's history, we have the two leaders, all in their 40s, all from the central region. Quite a historic moment in Parliament. Very young people who have been thrust into the line of leadership in Parliament. And so Osei Mensah Bonsu has gone through that, about the opportunity that this Parliament has given him to serve, and he's willing, like you said, to rally all his support, all his colleagues to back to back Alexander Afenyo-Markin in the new role that he has taken on. And so it's been an incredible day in Parliament, emotional even for so many persons. There's still a lot of people in the majority leadership side who don't really back this new change, but have to appear. They have to acquaint. They have to rally behind Osei Mensah. They have to rally behind Alexander Afenyo-Markin as new leader of the caucus. And so that has been it in the House. The minority leader has also delivered his remarks. Telling us, Alexander Afenyo-Markin, what to expect and how they are going to work together, how they should come together and ensure that the good people of Ghana get what is due them. And so the Speaker of Parliament is still on the floor now, and we expect that in the coming hours, the House will move on to do other business.
It's obvious that Alexander Afenyo-Markin has taken up a very huge task, considering what Osei Mensah Bonsu has done over the period. What's the sense you get from his colleagues, whether they feel he has what it takes to actually execute this huge task?
Well, so even before this announcement was officially made today, we are speaking to both members on the majority and minority side. And one thing is clear, even among NDC MPs, they believe that Alexander Afenyo-Markin has what it takes. Within the last 3 years that he has been deputy majority leader, he has been able to lead the House sometimes when Osei Mensah Bonsu is not around. We are told he's been able to rally his caucus, rally them when the going got tough, when certain things needed to be done. he has done all those things. So you get that sense that even from among the NDC MPs, they believe that Alexander Afenyo-Markin is well cut out to do this job, is properly well versed with the rules of the House, and will be able to take on the issues. Of course, replacing Osechi Mensah-Bonsu is no mean job. He is such an experienced leader. For the last 24 years, he has been in leadership one way or the other, and is an institution when it comes to parliamentary practice. And so Alexander Afenyo-Markin taking over that is huge, and he has acquiesced to that himself. And he says he's willing and ready to learn. He wants his colleague to support him and get him on board to be able to deliver on the goodness of the majority side. And so he is honored that the New Patriotic Party has found him worthy of leadership, and as far as he's concerned, he is willing and ready to do all he can to ensure that government business go through the House successfully.
Kwekwa Sante is our parliamentary correspondent in Parliament. A lot more will be happening in Parliament today. As you can see, it's been something that has taken the House itself by surprise. Definitely a lot more reactions will be coming from today, as we've heard from Osechi Mensah-Bonsu. Kwekwa, yesterday we heard Osechi Mensah-Bonsu saying he will speak to you on Friday. Has he spoken with you personally? All right, we lost Kwekwa Sante there. Definitely there's more we're bringing from the House. But earlier, the National Council of the governing New Patriotic Party unanimously confirmed the names constituting the new leadership in the majority of Parliament. This confirmation was made after an emergency meeting held earlier. Listen to National Organizer of the NPP, Henry Nana Boakye, defending that decision to reconstitute the majority and insisting the outgoing majority leader, Osechi Mensah-Bonsu, voluntarily resigned.
The National Council has approved the following names to constitute the leadership of Parliament. Honorable Alexander Afenyo-Markin will be our new majority leader. We know the experience he's coming with. He's a very dedicated, sharp, committed, intelligent young man, and he's taking over from, this is a huge shoes. Honorable Chairman Mensah-Bonsu, his commitment and his intellect when it comes to parliamentary duties will be celebrated, not only in Ghana but across the globe. So Honorable Afenyo-Markin will take his place as the new majority leader. And then we have another affable lady, mother for all, very welcoming, very warm person, Honorable Patricia Appiagyei, who is the MP for Asokwa, will be the deputy majority leader. We have the chief whip. It is still Honorable Anodom Prayer, who is the MP for Nsawam Aduajiri. Honorable Patricia Appiagyei is the MP for Asokwa. We have Honorable Alexander Afenyo-Markin, MP for Efutu. And then the first deputy whip will be the MP for Tolon, Honorable Habib Idrisu will still be. In fact, he used to be the first deputy or first deputy speaker, whip, sorry. And then we have another new face, a new addition, in the person of the MP for Akontomra, Honorable Alex Tete.
You heard the national organizer of the NPP, Nana B. Now, Movement for Change leader Alan Kyerematen has begun a tour of some of the major markets in the Greater Accra region. The tour, which started at the Makala market, is the former trade minister's way of introducing himself to voters in the various markets. Some of the enthusiastic supporters have been speaking to Joy News. We can go live to our reporter, Kenneth JC, for updates on this tour. Kenneth, what has Alan Kyerematen been saying to these market folks?
Alan Kyerematen has been urging them to ditch the MPP and NDC and vote him to power to transform the country. He says since we began the Fourth Republic in 1992, it's been ruled by the MPP and the NDC, but they've done nothing to transform the country. He's currently at Abotokai in a closed-door meeting with the spare part dealers, sharing his ideas for them when he voted into power. I mean, he's been to Makola, he's been to Tudu, and other major market centers in the country, telling them that change is coming. They should change their ways of voting. vote in Afenyo-Markin into power.
And what has been the reaction of the market folks to Afenyo-Markin's messages?
Well, the market women especially are very, excited about Alan's tour of the various markets. They say he has suffered enough. It is time he should be given the opportunity to rule the country as well. We recall that he left the New Patriotic Party somewhere last year after he failed to win the bid to lead the party into the 2024 general election. So the market women say they're going to vote for him because they feel like he served the entity for long. He should have been named the presidential candidate, and that never happened. And now that he's gone, they feel he's the right man to lead Ghana from 2024 and beyond.
Can I just say, man, following Afenyo-Markin, we'll bring you more from his tour of marketplaces for you. Let's take a break on JoyNews Today. When we return, we'll bring you business.
Welcome. Let's do some business stories with me, Emma Davis. Delta Airlines has dispelled assertions that aircrafts that ply the Africa route, especially Ghana, are outmoded or not fit for purpose. Lately, there have been some misconceptions, largely on social media, about the lack of regard for the African and Ghanaian market. But Managing Director of International Communications for Delta Airlines, Rastan Johnson, tells Joy Business, Delta Airline is committed to the safety and well-being plus comfort of all customers, including those traveling from Ghana. He spoke to my colleague Emefa Apau.
Delta is the, first of all, most awarded airline in the United States of America. For several years, for at least 10 years, Delta has had the highest rankings in customer service, customer satisfaction, reliability, fewest cancellations, most on-time performance. For customers in Ghana specifically, our focus is to maintain what is a very high level of customer satisfaction already. Customers who travel on Delta out of Accra give us some of our highest customer satisfaction rankings throughout Africa, Europe, and the Middle East. So we have a wide-ranging fleet of airplanes that travel all throughout our system. There is no airplane that we fly to Ghana that we don't fly to Tahiti, within the United States, to South America, to Europe, and to everywhere else. The 767-300 airplane that we fly to Ghana carries some of our highest paying customers on routes between New York and Los Angeles, for example. It carries our vacationers going from Los Angeles to Tahiti. It carries business travelers going from Atlanta to Bogota. So the aircraft that we fly to and from Ghana is the right size aircraft for us to be financially successful in Ghana. What we want to do is to have a strong business that allows us to give the right amount of service to the community so that we can fly that route every day, so that we can fly that route and be successful. The alternative is a larger airplane for fewer flights a day, or for fewer flights per week, or fewer weeks per month, or fewer months per year. We want to provide the level of convenience and options and service, and I'm happy to say we've had no cancellations between Accra and the United States since September. Now, we've had 2 long delays, that's too many, but we will always do what is safe, and our dispatch reliability, the rate at which those airplanes are scheduled to go is higher than it is in many of our international airlines.
That will be all for business. I am Emma Davis. For more business news, do log on to myjoyonline.com. The news continues. Please stay.
Let's do sports now on JoyNews Today with me, Muftau Nabila Abdullah. In the next few hours, the Black Queens of Ghana will engage Zambia in an Olympic qualifier at the Accra Sports Stadium. Head coach of the team, Nora Hoptel, is confident the girls are ready for the next step. There's more in the full report by my colleague, Lawrence Beidou.
The Queens will look to make another step closer to achieving their Olympic ticket with a game against Zambia on Friday. All 23 players were involved in the team's final training session at the Accra Sports Stadium on Thursday. After overcoming challenges in Guinea and Benin, the senior women's national team will look to control the threats of the Copper Queens. Ghana's head coach, Nora Hoptel, acknowledges the task ahead in their third round of qualifier and says that the girls are ready for the next step.
Well, we face the third round in Olympics and we have a home game. Zambia, of course, is a big opponent. They have been on the World Cup. They played 21 games last year. They have good individual players, so I think they must win. And we want to win. And we want to face the top individual players, of course, with a top team. This is our credo for tomorrow. And we are working properly this week and excited that we can start tomorrow.
One player who has dominated this week is Charlton Athletics Frida AC, who looks certain to get into the team starting lineup for the game. The Swiss trainer believes the English-born Ghanaian is keen to represent the Black Queens.
Yes, we are most proud that we have with Frida the next player in on the mission Volta step by step. We work in to find also Ghanaians. Frida is from England but has ancestors from Ghana and she's proud to play for our country. This is the basic thing they need to bring. She's a very good footballer. As soon as she has the ball in the foot, the game will start. You hopefully will see tomorrow. And we work also on other 4 or 5 players. It's a process to bring them in, but I'm proud that she commit and her heart is beating for Ghana.
Despite the absence of key players such as Cynthia Collan, Princella Edubia, and Alice Kusi, the team is optimistic about a positive result against Zambia on Friday. A full house at the Accra Sports Stadium for the Black Queens in their final training session. History not far from being achieved. Nora Hapto has done so well, but the game against Zambia will be a real test as to whether the Black Queens are ready for the next step or the Copper Queens will advance. Lawrence Beidu from the Accra Sports Stadium for Joy Sports.
The game kicks off at 5 p.m. and you can have access to it for free at the Accra Sports Stadium. And as the Black Queens will be in action, Midday will also be playing Al-Ali in the CAF Champions League, and their technical director, Evans Augustine Odette, says that they will not underrate Al-Ali.
My main focus is on the field of play. Okay, maybe using my strength against them, talking of tiredness or whatever. Well, I don't know. We are ready for tomorrow. This is the date scheduled for the game. We are ready for tomorrow. Should maybe CAF postpone the date, fine, we'll go to the situation. But all that I know is we are playing against Al-Ali tomorrow. We are not going to underrate the opposition. We want to make sure that, like you said, the 3 points is very important for media preparation. Since preparation, we've engaged 3 opponents, and as I speak, I'm 70-80% sure that my team is ready for Al-Ali tomorrow. So it's going to be no more part of the team. And I told you, a new coach has taken over. He knows how the situation looks like. As I speak, this has been a discussion we've been going through. And Nebo is sure that we also somebody is there, or we have other 2-3 attackers to maybe step in the shoes of Soa. Let's hope tomorrow William come up as victors. That is my motive for the game tomorrow.
Dreams FC will also play CAF African on Sunday in a CAF Confederation Cup game. They are currently second in their group. This is our wrap-up sports here on JoyNews Today. I am Muftau Nabila Abdullah.
Well, in a world where artists sometimes pay DJs to amplify their beats, the Nothing I Get hits maker Afenyo lets us music walk the talk, proving that tunes speak louder than greenbacks.
In an industry where artists sometimes have to pay DJs to spin their tunes, the Nothing I Get hitmaker Afenyo lives up to his song's title, letting his music do the talking.
The song promoted itself. That's the blessing I have, especially when it comes to my songs. I have never paid DJs to play my music. The small amount I might give to him will not amount to anything.
Attaining global recognition with your craft has been the ultimate goal for many in the creative arts industry. Well, Fameye believes otherwise. He says he holds the Ghana Music Awards on a higher pedestal than other global awards.
Okay. To me, say if I put out a good work, I don't need to talk to Mr. Dazi and I need Dusty before I get nominated. Right. But I want to mean say I was say 1 or 2 because label works 1 or 2 because I'd rather look here and do it much more better. Right. And then you go and talk about me to them because you might have the link to that place. Right. And it's just about how it be before we value
Fameye unraveled more about his artistic journey.
That's growth. And Ejumano. Right now, if you get plenty money and the money is still small for me. But if it was like 2019, the money I was getting, man. So me living my life since 2019 with the money I'm getting now. Like me sisi fie baby.
For Joy News, I am Jacqueline Ansma Eboa.
Well, Chef Smith has cooked for more than 500 hours in his attempt to break the world record for the longest cooking time by an individual. His cooking marathon record attempt, which began on 1st February 2024, has gained much traction on social media. Notable Ghanaian celebrities have shown up to the venue to support Chef Smith. They include Clemento Suarez, Jacinta Okanse, Nanama McBrown, Kweku Manu, NSDK, and many others are pulling through. Well, that's all for the showbiz segments with me, Jacqueline Ansuma Yabua.
Well, there's one name you missed out. Akuma Mamazimbe was there too.
Yes, she was.
Thank you for bringing us showbiz. That's how we wrap up the bulletin. My name is Aishi Rhyme. Log on to myjoyonline.com. There's more of the news and updates you would be seeing there. To enjoy the rest of our programs.